And Chris, do the introduction where we go live. After do the countdown.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be good. No, I'll do this. You can go.
Here it is.
That was quick. It didn't go.
Says it did. Huh. Okay.
No,
Go ahead and do the introduction, Chris.
Okay. Hey, welcome to another episode of West Coast Beer Money Pulling Team Pullers. Tonight we're with the number one sled in the West Coast, Brian Massetti, the owner of the number one sled, and probably one of the best promoters in the West Coast, MLM Motorsports. We got Brian Massetti, and then with him is you want to introduce them, Brian?
Sure. Appreciate you guys having us on tonight. And I want to thank CG and Ashley Souza from the Souza Memorial Truck Show. They're going to join us to talk about the event. I mean, we know all about the pull, but I wanted them to be here to tell a little bit of the story, whatever they'd like to share about how they started this, how and why they started the truck show, and what it's all about and what we're actually out there supporting. So thank you, CG and Ashley, for joining us tonight, and we're looking forward to doing this next week.
Thanks, Brian. We appreciate you guys having us, and nice to meet you, Chris and John. Listen, it's a big opportunity for us, and we appreciate you guys having us on here. So thank you, first of all. So, like Brian said, our whole truck show and everything is based on a memorial, hence the name, so it's a Memorial Truck Show. And the reason why it came about is in 2016, I lost my wife and son in an auto accident right here, about 15 miles from where we live. And when they were traveling, they were actually going to my son's dyslexia tutoring because he had dyslexia pretty severely. So with everything that has happened in the last 7 years, I wanted something to keep their memory alive, and what better way than to have a truck show in their memory, and then the proceeds for that to actually help kids with dyslexia in our area. And, some little way, I think, well, if I can keep kids from having to travel like my son had to, maybe nothing bad would happen to him, like what had happened with my wife and my son. So that's why we have it. Sitting next to me here is my lovely wife, Ashley, and she's been a big part of this. She helps out with all the PR and the vendors, and, without her, this show would not be the way it is right now with everything coming together real nicely. And of course, with the help with Brian and helping out with the sled for the tractor pulls. But that's the reason why we're doing it. Every 100% of the proceeds all goes to the AJ Dyslexia Foundation, which we are a 501c3 foundation. So we're completely legit. None of the money goes to buying someone a new car or anything. It's strictly 100% for the foundation to help these kids with dyslexia in our area. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is our third year. Our first 2 years, we had over 100 semi trucks. And then this year, since we moved to Turlock from Merced, we thought, why not? Let's try to get something else in there. And Brian's name was dropped into my pocket, and I gave him a call, and we worked things out and got this all together. So now it's, Souza Memorial Truck Show and Tractor Pulls. So we thought it'd be a good combination, truckers, chrome, power, horsepower. That's all a good combination for my area field with the trucking industry. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Brian, were you able to get a couple semis to come in to pull, or?
No, the caliber of trucks that they have at their show, I don't think we want to take a chance of putting them in front of the sled, hurting anything. But no, we don't have any semis set up to pull.
But hopefully something in the future, right, Brian? That'd be something we could. Most of the trucks that enter in our truck show are, to put it lightly, asphalt princesses. They're, everything's painted, polished. They don't run in dirt for the most part, so that wouldn't quite, fit that profile. But hopefully maybe next year, now that we have this, we'll get some guys that, you know, that say, hey, let me try to do that. We can get something started with that. So
Yeah, that would be awesome.
No, and this year this is all new for the truck show. First of all, moving to Turlock, a much bigger venue, and then to add the pull on top of that. So we're trying to start as easy as we can for the show, financially, really, and then I hope it's a huge success for the Souzas and for the show in itself, and then we'll next year grow it, add more classes, try to get some trucks to come out and pull.
Awesome.
But as far as our part of the show, we've got the pro mods coming in, of course. We're trying to get super farms, trying to get good commitments out of these guys to show up. Country modifieds, this will be the first time we're running their full class, which I'm hoping they can fill that class there in Turlock. And of course, all of our diesel pickups, our pro stock, our limited pro, work stock, and stock diesel, super stock pickups, our stock and street, the hot farm tractors. So we've got a lot of equipment coming in. It'd be a good show. It is Turlock. It is a sand track, but my main man, John Spielman's been on it. We got a road grader coming. We're bringing both skid steers with the rakes, but then we're going to roll after we rake it. So
yes,
hoping that'll work
really well. You know,
yeah, the rake does a good job, but you got to roll it after that. So
yeah, I've heard
we're gonna do the best we can to make a good track. So it'll be good.
That's awesome.
And then CG and Ashley, after the pull, there's a concert, right? And then a light show with trucks, or am I wrong?
right.
You're right.
Yeah, on Saturday, we will have live band starting at about 6 o'clock, going till 10 o'clock. So hopefully the pulls will be over around 8 o'clock. So there'll still be a couple hours for the live band. Beer garden, lots and lots of food, different kinds of vendors, you know, selling T-shirts and all kinds of neat stuff. And then all the trucks at dusk turn on the lights. So it's kind of like a Christmas tree lane with a trucker twist. So you get to see about every kind of combination, you know, theme lights and everything else, which is really cool. We're going to actually do that Friday night and Saturday night. So it's not just the tractor pulls. We got a lot of other entertainment. We have a kids zone. So if you just want to bring your kids out, there's a neat little kids zone where they get to actually drive little electric semi trucks, a drifter cart, a little kind of a John Deere tractor little thing with a trailer and stuff. And actually all the kids that come and try to do that, they actually have a chance to win the item they're riding on. So we'll give those items away on Sunday. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, not just the tractor pulls, even though the tractor pulls is basically our main event for Saturday, but there's a lot of other stuff to do. Even on Friday, live DJ Friday night, again, food, the vendors, the beer garden, Coors Light has sponsored us with that. So we'll have a full beer garden, everything else for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Turlock, Ron. At Turlock.
Yeah, Turlock Lost Fairgrounds, and we're expecting mid to low 80s for our weather, so that's a major plus. Major plus for us.
I was just checking that. Yep.
Pretty lucky there all year. Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
the previous 2 years we've been at 110 plus the previous 2 years at Merced, so that's the reason why we moved it to the end of September, and we're loving that mid 80-degree weather.
Right on.
We got the Jason's finally decided to join us.
Hey, Mr. Technology made it.
Nope, he's on mute now.
Halfway.
I would wait till I see something wrong.
We're talking about the Souza Memorial event right now with Brian and CG and Ashley Souza. And sounds like a great event. I mean, a lot of nice trucks and a band and of course truck and track.
No, it's going to be good. And I mean, every event I've ever been to in Turlock, there's not a lack of pulling equipment. So that's why when CG had called, I said, well, I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we can make it happen. There's people love to pull in Turlock.
Right.
So.
Yeah, even though it's sand, they'll still show up.
And we are just we're running one track, one sled.
Oh wow.
Well, there's a whole nother financial cost with bringing in another one.
Right. Yeah.
So we're we're going to make it work this year. And then if we need to next year, we'll add the second sled and make it happen. But,
Well, we got the best in the business with Brian, so we figured his one sled could handle it.
yeah.
He's pretty well organized.
Another thing about doing a one sled show in Turlock, especially when you don't have a time constraint, like we have to usually deal with during the fair, is you can get the equipment into the arena and have them more on display so people can see the equipment before we hook.
Yes, you're right.
That
And that's
makes
what we're
it a
going to do.
lot
Like we'll stage them along the track like we always do. And you know, we move pretty fast. We can, we can get a lot done with one sled. And then we're going to have the 2 skid steers and 2 rollers. So we're not going to be waiting on track equipment. And we'll get them out there and we'll make it flow. It'll be a good show.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key thing to Turlock too, is just having the equipment and using the right equipment.
Yeah.
You can get a good show in there, especially if you got the right equipment in there.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it, and I said the tractor pull is Brian's forte, and from what I understand, we got the best in the business. So I know we're not concerned about it on our side, and we're just
pressure, Brian.
we get the big
Yeah,
trucks
no
in
kidding,
there,
right?
you know, yeah.
For the show.
I do appreciate your confidence, CG, but we'll
You till it's over, huh?
Hey, Brian, like I told you, that's not my lane, so I mean it's all on you on this one.
we'll make it happen.
We have a lot of experienced guys here that been with Brian, and we know that it'll be a dynamite show. It's always well organized and well taken care of. So.
Hey, you were in Winnemucca, Chris. If we can make that happen, I'm pretty confident we can do just about anything.
That was a wet one.
They stopped the rain at the right time, and we got it in.
And we planned it. We had it all planned out, and it worked.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That
is
Well,
awesome.
I'm going to be the one that says that, you know, Brian's getting all the credit right now, but the real one that puts on the show is Christy. You know,
Yeah, true.
she's the brainchild.
There's no denying that. 100%.
I can't deny that either. This is the real brains behind it right here.
Yeah.
We're both very lucky, CG, to have
Right? Yes, we are.
Very lucky we all have good women in our corners. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she did.
That's for sure.
Christy has the registration online already for puller registration for the event. I think she put it up a day or 2 ago, but I just posted a little deal about it a little while ago.
Post that on our page.
Yes.
Because we're
So
getting
if
a
you
lot of
just go to-
feedback on our social media about the pools. Like I'm getting phone calls and asking questions, and I'm like, I'm not the person to be calling about that.
Feel free to just send them my way, either to email
I
me or
will
call me.
happen. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we are excited to add this one to the calendar. And again, I hope we get to do it next year, the year after, keep going and just grow it.
Right.
I mean, I think we have the same fan base or spectator base, if you will. If you like big, cool trucks, you're going to like the pools. If you like the pools, you're going to like the big, cool truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we thought this was kind of a safe bet to take a chance on this, and kind of goes hand in hand with diesels and pickups and all that good stuff. So, like I told you, Brian, we're locked into the fairgrounds for not only for 23 but for 24 and 25. So
cool.
we're hoping to make this grow to where when we go to renew our contract, we have to rent more of the fairgrounds to accommodate for everybody.
Yeah.
So we had 140 trucks last year. I'm shooting for 200 trucks this year, and if we get 200 diesel trucks and a good amount of pullers, I mean, you can't beat that. That'll be a good time, and we're going to be all on cloud 9 come Monday. Tired, but on cloud 9.
maybe a 2-day pulling event in the future there.
Right.
Yeah,
Always hope for that.
Yeah.
They're
Lifted pickup trucks on Saturday. Like if you have a lifted pickup truck to come in, $50 an entry. That'll be judged that night. We'll announce the winner on 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So just a simple, extra, because we've been asking people, hey, can lifted trucks come? And normally we don't, but this year we're going to try it.
There you go, John.
Yeah. Yeah, yours is lifted, John.
Yeah.
We give him crap for being the tallest pro mod out there. So. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
It'll be good.
No, it sounds like it's going to be a great show.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's for a great cause. I mean, that's
Well,
awesome.
we're excited to come.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you guys, and again, we can't thank Brian enough for helping us out getting this part of the show up and going. And so, yeah, we're excited. We are a little, we got a lot of stuff going on right now. We've been working till 10, 11 o'clock every night, making sure everything's, ready to go and everything runs smoothly. So, come Thursday and Friday when the gates open, I think we're going to have everything pretty much right online, and everything will come in smoothly, and then, be a good time, effortless, and, a big success. So we're so excited about Turlock that, we saw it today. All the grass is really green. I mean, they got the grounds looking really nice after their main fair. So we're pretty stoked. We're pretty happy with the way everything's turning out.
Good.
Cool.
Awesome.
Spielman's picking on John.
Bridge killer. Bridge
Poor
killer.
John. Poor John. He gets picked on all the time.
Oh yeah, you have no idea.
Now,
Yeah, all the time.
CG, the show contestants are going to enter on the north side of the fairgrounds, right? Like off of, is that Folkerth Road?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. Off
Okay,
of
so
Folkford Road, just before the railroad
Mhm.
tracks, there's that big wide driveway there where all the semi trucks and vendors and stuff, and then we'll bring all the pullers in on that whatever that
Soderquist.
gate, the Soderquist
Okay.
gate right before the. Yeah, we're gonna keep them separate, so we keep them all parked in the same area.
Perfect. And all the pullers are pretty much accustomed to just coming in that gate. So
That's
So
what we
that'll
figured. So we weren't gonna try to
Same as
reinvent
pullers.
the wheel on that one.
yeah,
Good
good.
idea.
No, that'll be good.
Yeah, not with truck pullers. You don't want to try to reinvent any wheels.
Yeah. We just follow the sled.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where's the sled?
Well, I know how truck drivers are, so we'll have plenty of signs.
Yeah, true.
out there. I don't know if tractor pullers are the same way, but we'll have plenty of signage out there, needless to say, for both tractor pullers and the truck drivers. So
Built roads and highways for years, and I dealt with truck drivers a lot. I totally get where you're coming from.
we even got some of those airplane wands, so that way they can see
Nice.
who's
Yeah,
flashing.
there you go. There you
Just
go.
to kind of take all the questions out of the program right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh,
And we've also gone as far as Ashley here was whispering Maria that we got Freightliner, Kenworth, and Peterbilt, the dealerships to come out and bring their latest and greatest trucks. So
Nice.
we're pretty proud that we got some big name manufacturers that come out and support us on that. So I mean, I know it's a little different variety of what the pullers are used to, but if any of them want to buy a new truck to pull their tractor or whatever have you, they can come over and take a look at it. So
There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
just open up the checkbook.
Yeah. A big checkbook.
Well, Kenworth is bringing out their 100th anniversary limited edition W900, and I believe the price tag on that's like $280,000. So pocket change for guys like Brian. No big deal.
Yeah, well,
See
we might
that.
get two of them. I don't know what the heck.
Why just have one?
Matching, right?
His and hers.
Yeah.
Boy,
Oh man.
Oh.
That's funny.
buy a truck.
Well, John was asking when can show trucks come in.
Okay, show trucks can come in.
Spillman was asking when can show trucks can
Starting Thursday after 5 o'clock. And then that'll run till we'll keep that gate open till about 8 o'clock till about gets dark and a little after dark.
Until we get
And
tired.
then Saturday morning or Friday morning, gates will open at 6 a.m. for the trucks, and Saturday morning at 6 a.m. again for the trucks. So, because we got to make sure all the trucks, there's no trucks parked on Folkerth. We've already been warned by Turlock PD. So we'll have that gate open. They come down that long driveway until we get ready to stage them, and on they go. First come, first serve. The sooner you get there, the most likely you'll be parked on the grass. So just in case anybody wants to know if they want to be on grass or asphalt, that's how we're doing it. First come, first serve from the grass on out to the pavement. So, and all this information too, you can find on our website, and also our Facebook page, which is SozaMemorialTruckShow.com, or the Instagram, which is Soza Memorial Truck Show again, and then the Facebook page. So all that information we post it all daily. So if anybody has any questions or didn't get it, they can just go on there and get it.
Nice.
Cool.
Sure,
So you guys are going to be there starting Thursday morning.
Yeah, we'll be there Thursday morning, starting to set up, get everything marked out for the staging the trucks and the vendors. We have 29, almost 30 different vendors between truck manufacturers, food vendors, the beer garden, clothing lines, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're trying to get them all in Thursday before the trucks start rolling in Thursday afternoon and Friday morning. So
nice,
very cool,
awesome place.
Yeah, because the only reason I ask is he's on here watching right now. Spielman he had called me earlier today, trying to figure out some place we can stage the blade and then drive it over. So if he can get in there early whenever you guys are there and drop the blade off, that'd be better than having to drop it somewhere.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Else.
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
So
he's
listening.
Yeah, if he wants to come in Thursday and just enter in on that full course driveway, we'll get him here so we can get that unloaded. No problem.
A blade, that's too many levers for Spielman, isn't it? I hope he heard me. I'm just teasing him. So, CG and Ashley, one of the things I always ask everybody that comes on is, I know you haven't been around the pulling, but I'm sure you've been to pulls, right? Okay. If you had an opportunity to drive a pulling vehicle, what would it be?
Anyone.
Being, a truck driver with a diesel and, my trucks are tuned up. Not like what, these pullers are, but, for a road truck, I'm tuned up pretty good, but I think getting behind one of them green, the actual, like the John Deere looking tractors with all the turbos and stuff like that and blowing up that coal right in front of you. Yeah, I think that would be a rush and a half right there. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Ashley?
I was going to say the same thing because I got to meet Brian's kid through the Cal Poly, right, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, and got to meet all those kids, and I'm like, man, how old are you kids? And who drives this? And this young little, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I was really impressed with that. I'm like, that's cool. I would ride in one of those, like, honestly.
Yeah. The aircraft engines.
It's pretty crazy.
Pretty neat. Mm-hmm.
Well, the last time we went,
you got to go for a ride with Brian in the sled.
Yeah, well, I think it was early May. We went to a pool there, and Brian took us for a ride in the sled a few times, and that was being back there. I mean, obviously, it's not like being right behind the motor, but I mean, I'm thinking, man, if it's kind of the way it is back here, being sled up, and then actually being the guy pulling it, that's got to be a rush and a half. I can't imagine the adrenaline for those few seconds getting down that track. It'd be pretty awesome.
Yep.
That's why we do it. A lot of people don't understand. Why do you guys do that only for a 20-second ride? And I'm like, man, it's a ride. It's
in a straight line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Understanding how much horsepower in that straight line. That's the kicker.
Sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that time that we met Brian, we brought our 4- and 5-year-old, and our 5-year-old, he's all about trucks, tractors, everything. And ever since that event, he's got his Legos and he's setting up his tractor pulls and he's mimicking the sound. And I'm like, he's in there doing his tractor pulls. He's got YouTube and he's like, Mommy, look at tractor pulls. Like, oh, man.
I started with Legos, man.
Future tractor puller coming up. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It was YouTube. It's probably just about every day. He has some sort of YouTube video of tractor pulls, whether it's, back east or whatever have you, and he usually watches that for a good 20-30 minutes a day, and gets his build and goes off to other things. But yeah, he was completely,
he was all about it.
Yeah, he was all about that.
Cool. Good. We'll get him back in there next weekend.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, he would go for that. I don't think
he's like, let me drive the tractor. Let's go.
At this point,
that's cool.
That's awesome.
You know you're gonna be broke the rest of your life.
You know what? I was just thinking, I'm like, I don't know if I can afford that habit.
And how many drivers are you gonna put on that?
Well, I'll be out there going, well, you know, son, we can polish that, we can chrome that.
Right.
I want to know how you keep those trucks so nice and clean. Man, I spent so long just washing ours after all that rain in Nevada. Oh my God, it hurt my heart to have to drive in all that rain.
Oh man, listen to
Your guys' stuff's immaculate.
it was a good road. That's all I gotta say.
You know, Brian, I won't lie. There's sometimes I will stop and wait for a cell to go by before I drive through, just to keep, especially when I got time. Oh yeah, I'll be looking at the weather, going, you know, normally I leave at 6 o'clock, and I look at the weather, going, yep, I'll be leaving at 11 o'clock, and she's like, why are you leaving? You're waiting for the rain to go by, aren't you? Yeah, much.
Yes, I am.
Or, not to throw you under the bus, honey, or he'll get his truck washed on Sunday, and then he'll call me on a Wednesday, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm about to get a truck wash. I'm like, you just had it done like 3 days ago. He's like, oh my,
That was 3 days ago.
I got to pull an extra load a week just to pay for my washing bill. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So dress for success, right?
That's right.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like
Oh,
that's,
cool.
that's my mobile office. So, you know, I tell her I got to keep our mobile office clean. You know, it's advertising. I keep it clean. So
Yeah, that's right.
There you go. That's awesome.
That's
but
right.
we enjoy it. It's been a family affair. My
Not cool. I
my
think it's gonna be
He's breaking,
what was that, John?
breaking up, John.
I think John's sound is
Oh,
behind.
go ahead.
Oh, he froze out.
It is. Yeah.
But I would say it's a family affair on our end. The two boys, when we go to truck shows, I got to always give them a rag, give them something to clean because they want to be right there, you know, next to us all cleaning. And it's Ashley cleans, I clean. My son, he has the other truck that we have. And so, yeah, it's a family affair.
That's awesome.
By far. We're just a truck company right now. And, you know, it's happy that way. It's all in the family. And we do the truck shows. You know, it's kind of our weekend stuff. You know, my oldest boy, what do you want to do for your birthday? Truck show, Dad. All right, let's go. So yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
kind of it's in our family, and it's a family affair, which is cool. And that's one of the things we have in common with Brian. I know his whole outfit's a family affair. We got to meet his boys at that pull in May, and you know, that's cool. You know, it's you know, not knowing Brian for very long, we already have something in common. I'm like, okay, we got the same values when it comes to tractor pulling or truck shows, and so we I think we make a pretty good team when we comes to our values and how we want to do things. So
Yeah, for sure.
And
That's
keeping the kids out of trouble, you know.
Yep.
yeah, you can either keep them busy or they wind up finding trouble. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys got any more questions for CG and Ashley, or?
I don't think so. That was.
Pretty
Well, it
good.
sounds like it's gonna be a good
No,
time.
I mean,
That's gonna be awesome.
Go out. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
right.
What are you doing next weekend, Jason Gish?
Rose.
This coming weekend, we're going up to Jason Burton's pull on Friday night for up in Rockford, which is out of Spokane area there. So
How about the 30th?
yeah, 30th. I don't know. I don't know, Brian.
All right, you're on the spot.
I'm just saying. I mean, is this one on the 23rd your last one up north for this year?
Yes.
I mean, for this weekend?
Yeah, this coming this weekend. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's your last one up north?
Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, and then it starts raining up here. We can't go truck
I got
pulling
some
anymore.
ideas on that, Brian. And we're gonna bring that up.
He came.
Get your truck to Turlock.
I
and
got
leave
some
it at
ideas
Bower's
on that,
place.
Brian, that we're gonna bring up in a little bit.
All right. Well,
All right, we got it.
Uh-oh.
Well,
What?
thank you. Thank you.
So,
damn.
But no, I want to.
Oh, you want to ask one more? Sorry. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to. I want to thank. I just want to Ian and Ashley for coming on, and it's definitely going to be a good event, and we're going to put it out there as much as possible and try to get more butts coming to the show.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
well, thank you guys.
Appreciate that.
We do appreciate it very much.
You bet. You bet. I hope it's a yearly event and we can just keep growing, you know.
Yeah.
Keep it growing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, keep growing it.
at least the next 2 years, we know that for sure because we've already signed on the dotted line. So
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, that's neat.
yeah, and it's supposed to be the same weekend, the last weekend of September for the next 2 years. We actually had a meeting with the fairgrounds today. We had that discussion about that to make sure that was in play. So it's pretty much going to be the last weekend of September for 24 and 25. So, and if anybody wants to buy pre-sale tickets to get in, it's $30. That gets you into the tractor pull and the truck show, everything that we talked about earlier. And buy them online at the SozaMemorialTruckShow.com. And that way you don't have to have any lines. You walk right up to will call. We give you your tickets. You're on your way. So if anybody was wondering about that, and again, go on to our Facebook page. You can direct message with any questions you might have. And the flyer has her phone number all over it.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
you can call and let her about it.
That's a win.
And anything with the pulling, just get a hold of MLM Motorsports, Brian or Chris or anybody, or Christy, and she'll take care of it. Awesome.
Sure.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, we appreciate it again. Thank you.
You betcha. Thanks, guys. Have fun.
Hey, Jason Gish, is that Ryan Thane's hat?
Yes,
Brian,
it is.
stick around.
I'm gonna have to get one from him when he comes
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Yep. Good people.
Yep.
Good people out there. It'll be good down there for you.
Yeah.
Were you, John? Were you
Brian, if you can around.
okay?
What? Stay on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thank
You got me
thank
now?
you guys for letting me bring CG and Ashley
Yeah, I
in.
just tell
Oh,
Brian,
yeah, that's
stick
great.
around. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk. We're gonna.
So now, go ahead, Jason. Introduce.
Yeah, and stick around,
Jason?
Brian, because after we get done with Jason,
I'm Jason Burton. I've been pulling for ever. I guess we'll go with forever because I don't remember when we started up here. Back in the pickups out of the street and stuff like that, local fairs. So 30 years ago, I suppose.
Awesome.
So
Back when your hair wasn't quite so gray.
it was a lot less gray, I promise.
Where are you located, Jason?
We're located, our shop's up here in Spokane, Washington. So I don't know if anybody knows where Spokane is. And then I live in Rockford, Washington, where we're going to have the pull at down there. I'm pretty much born and raised in that area down there. So
Lots of rain up there right here.
it's actually been kind of dry. We could use some rain up here now, but we do get we're not like the coast over there that gets rained all the time though.
Right.
So, but we get our share up here.
You guys get your snow though compared to us. We don't get any snow down here. You guys get tons of snow.
On a good year, yes, we get tons of snow.
Yeah.
You know. We had a decent winter last year. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that. We shoveled every day, it seemed like. All week.
Yeah. Chris is over the snow.
Well, not every day. But we had a pretty good winter last winter, so
Yeah. Yeah.
not terrible. Makes you appreciate when it's nice out.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but yeah, Rockford's a little town. We're 20 miles south of Spokane, actually, on Highway 27.
Nice.
The town's about the size of your laptop, quite honestly. It's a little town. But it's a good little town, a little farm community out there. The fair that we're actually kicking off has been, I think it's on its 60th or 65th year, something like that. I don't remember exactly. The fair's been around for a really long time out there. And I mean, I showed some pictures with Gish and whatever. I don't know if we can get them up there, but the last time anybody can kind of remember was somewhere between 78 and 84 when they had a pull down there. And they were still using the steel plate sled, and they were pulling box tractors. Yeah, that's supposed to be 84. Somebody sent me that at 84, and that was of an actual mobile, or moving weight sled. Grab one. Can you put one of the other pictures up, Jason?
John's in charge of all that.
Didn't we?
There it is.
Sled.
So that one's supposed to be Mark Valentine sent me that picture, and that's 1978, and it was a farm tractor pull. And if you look, the sled is a giant steel plate, and they literally fit to a farm tractor. They put another farm tractor on the sled, And as you can tell, the spectators literally stepped on the sled every 10 feet to make it heavier.
Awesome.
Now, this is probably before OSHA, WISHA, and all those other things. And insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
This is OSHA approved.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean,
That's awesome.
so that's what I remember as a kid. The first time I ever seen quote unquote tractor pulls was, I would have been 9 years old and probably was there
Yeah.
and watched this. And then, like I said, I think the latest picture was 1984 that we could find that anybody had, because nobody really had pictures of it.
Right.
From back then. Luckily, Mark Valentine dug through his scrapbook the night I talked to him and came up with a piece.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you say that 86 or 84, is that the last time they've had a pull there?
Nobody can give me an actual answer. I don't remember there being a pull. And 84, I would have been in high school, and I don't even remember there being one that late.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not enough records to be able to know when the first or the last one of these ever came about.
Right.
We figure 40 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
Gish was like 8 years old then.
Yeah. 6.
Which-
6.
The first year or the 84 year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Right on. Well, that'd be cool if you can get this kicked back up and kind of make it a thing again,
It'd be great. It's not a very big venue by any means, but we're going to make do with what we got.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to bring the small fairs are kind of dying around here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get new stuff out there. People don't go to them. We kicked the fair off that night, and hopefully we'll start bringing a crowd out, a little different dynamic of crowd to come out and attend these fairs and spend some money, take their kids out there, kind of the old school family values.
There you go.
Kind of a laptop. It's like go out and have some fun.
Right.
Really. So we're hoping.
Good.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
You got a good group of
we
contestants coming?
we've actually got a lot of iron coming. I mean, we got
Nice.
Jason Gish. What more could you?
Oh, wow.
I can't get that guy to show up in my event.
Oh, shit. For his head. I mean, his head.
Man, I got to find out what you're doing, Jason Burton. Get him out there.
Well, I got a method to my madness. If his head swells up enough, I think I can get in and drive his truck because he won't be able to get in. So that's kind of where I'm going with this whole thing.
All right.
Just don't let your hands slip off the throttle. Eh?
Hey, now we don't even talk about that.
We have a great group of people coming. I mean, we've got Jason's coming, and Ralph and Mary Tramp are coming, and Moonlighter pulling team. Steve Henjum.
Mm-hmm.
Little Thunder's going to be there. Alex is a rookie driver this year, but he was at Spokane, did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
We've
what
got. I think Gary Stiss is coming up with the 4-engine, that GK. There's the gift. Remember?
Yeah. It got dug.
We just got. I just got word today from Cheryl Wheatley that we're going to have Jack's 5-engine tractor and the 3-engine tractor for sure.
Nice.
We've got what's left of our diesel class. We lost one in Spokane, one of our 3 old trucks. So Vern's done for the year, but we got at least 2. Tim and I are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
TJ's going to run. My son's going to run. We're going to run some street trucks because that's kind of where this all started. So we got about 10 or 15 off the guys that signed up, and we're going to run them, and then we're going to move into the kind of the bigger stuff and do a meet and greet all done. And it gets real expensive after that. If they get out of the truck, then it's all over.
That's right.
That's kind of where we all started. So if we can get people coming up, I mean, none of us are getting any younger. Well, maybe Gish, but the rest of us aren't getting any younger.
Exactly.
My son will do it, but we're kind of losing that. So if we don't get some people into this, where's it going to go?
Right.
So
Yeah.
For sure.
hopefully, plus it's fun to watch that. They get all excited and watch the local guys come out and play.
Right.
Well, it's like Massetti family. Both of his kids are into it. All 3 actually. It won't be long. His daughter will be driving.
Yeah.
You
do need to buy another truck, Brian, because you're gonna have to haul all your pulling trucks to the polls.
You're gonna have to get CG to haul everything on his car.
Yeah. There you go.
All of my kids have grown up pulling. My oldest daughter started pulling. She was 14 when she first pulled.
Yeah.
Kelsey waited till she was about 17. In fact, we're going to get hers out of the barn. She's going to come pulling down in Rockford. It's been fun. Kelsey's pull. So the first in's coming out, feet on.
Nice.
And then of course, son, and I've got a stepdaughter coming up, and she gets her license this year, and she wants to go pulling. So it's like, you know, if you want to go pulling, we'll go pulling.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's awesome.
That is cool.
Sounds like it's been, and thank you for keeping it going. You know, it's hard to get people to keep pulling going.
Yeah.
Well, and we still enjoy it. So it's like if we can get a few more events up here and make it worth time for get some people to come up and play up in this area. I mean, we try to travel as much as we can, but you know, it's nice to be a little more local once in a while. So
right.
Yeah.
A little more local would be nice. Yeah.
Come up. Yeah, the closer you get, the more local it'll be.
What's a local pull? I don't even know what that is.
Sublimity for you. That's
Sublimity, that's about it. Yeah.
Sublimity and Banks for you, but Spokane and Boston are the only two locals for us up here, really. You know.
Right. Yeah.
So,
True. Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can bring something back and make it a yearly deal. And I guess if we outgrow it, we'll find a farm field and start pulling out there again.
Right.
there you go.
So gotta get the first one first. So
Yep. Oh, hope you have a good turnout and
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. People enjoy it. When I'm back.
I hope we get a crowd out there. There's a lot of people say they're coming. I hope we can fit everybody out there. So it is. We're not going to turn anybody down. So if we got to plant them on the road, we plant them on the road.
Right.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. No, that's
No,
good.
no, it's not a bad thing at all. So
Yeah.
Good deal.
Very good.
Good deal. So, so what classes they running up there?
So we're going to run everything. We run the older 12 valve stuff in what we call a Legends class because it's not fair to throw it in, you know, the older diesels in with some of the newer stuff. So we run a Legends class, work stock class, which basically you can't have a whole lot of mods. You just drive in and go pulling. We run a modified class, a work stock modified, you allow X amount. And then we jump into 5. We run a 2.6 smoothbore class, 3.0 smoothbore class, and then we'll have, you know, the pro mods. We are going to run a gas class. We've actually got 3 people entered in a, I don't know what you brung, street gas class. So
Nice.
Delton's going to come down and run Bad Apple, and he's actually going to bring the down and run too. So a couple of guys I haven't seen pull in years called me out of Ritzville. They want to come over and pull in that gas class. I'm like, all right, you know,
awesome.
So we've got a pretty decent field of iron coming, honestly, for especially the first time. We'll just see how it goes. A lot more horsepower than was there in 1978. I know that. But
now they got them hair dryers to put on them motors, you know, so make a little more power.
My hair dryer works pretty good on my little 6-cylinder, so I'm not going to complain too much.
Yeah, that's all right.
So
it's on a good show.
Yep. For sure.
We're all
black smoke.
we got a little of that coming too. So we got a little of that.
Yeah,
but it's fun country. They like that stuff out there.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Oh hell yeah.
Awesome.
Good. Well, looking forward to it.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, hopefully it'll be good. It'd be great to see you because since you kind of bagged out last weekend. And
that was not my choice. Man. Well, I know I'd let the old man go up there and beat up on you guys. So
yeah, he did a good job too. I mean, you know, we got to see how the truck could run, so we'll see how
it's nice for him to let his dopey little son drive it every once in a while.
It really is.
Yeah. The real driver drove last weekend.
No,
no, it was good to see him in the driver's seat again. It's always good to see him in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
We did miss you up here last weekend though. So
yeah, I missed it. That was a good 2 fun pulls. I missed out. Yeah.
Yep.
I was just laying at home dying. No big deal.
Dying. That man cold got you, didn't it?
Yeah, the man cold got me. Yeah. Right here.
I'm glad you're there now.
Yeah. Right on.
John, you have any questions for Mr. Burton?
No, I got one statement is, you're talking about bringing in the stock gas classes, right off the street and everything else. And, two things about that. One, that's where everybody, like you said, starts out. And two, Brian and I and all three of us have talked about it a million times, is that one vehicle will bring in 20 to 30 butts to sit in the seats.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Because all their buddies want to come watch them.
Those hometown trucks, home trucks will bring a lot of spectators.
Yeah.
Well,
It's amazing. There's been a lot of people that are pretty excited that we're bringing back, the run what you brung kind of stuff. Just that's where a lot of everybody started, and they remember it, and so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I also think spectators can relate to those classes because they have a pickup like that at home.
right.
Very few people have a pickup at home like John's or Chris's or Jason's that,
Right.
if they do, they're already out there. So
Right.
I think that your general spectators can relate to these classes. And I think that's one thing the diesel classes have going is that those pickups, they're all pretty newer models and they, hey, I got a Dodge just like that at home or whatever, minus the hood stack and the weight box and all that. But anyways, I think that's what we need to keep in our shows to keep the whole sport growing and to keep these shows going is just, you got to have it all. You can't have a show with just modified stuff you can, but it's hard.
Right. But modified stuff like you're talking about with the diesels that do look like a daily driver type of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
You run up against now is a time limit,
Well,
you get 30 stock trucks show up and then the rest of your show is pretty much done because you got to get those or have it earlier in the day, but then they don't want to come earlier in the day to watch their buddy pool. They want to come at night and watch their buddy pool.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a balancing act, but I think we just got to find that right mix and make it work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. Especially with the two sleds.
It even relates into the hot farms and super farms in the tractor world too. You get the farm kids that come and watch the show and they're seeing tin work like they have on the ranch.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's neat. Well, and then it's kind of like a broken record on this show, but like these small town shows, I'm assuming this Rockford is going to be that same way as like Bonners Ferry, for example, where these guys are, I don't know, tiny little town, but there are people everywhere. The crowd is stacked full, and then afterwards when they come down and talk to us and get their hero cards and stuff, they're thanking us for coming out, and like genuinely happy that we were there and that we were thanking us for the show and all that stuff. And that to me is better than going to some huge fair show and no one really talks about it or whatever. The local guys, the stock trucks and the small towns, man, those polls are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're still the most fun as far as I'm concerned too.
Mm-hmm.
Bonners is so much fun to go to.
Yeah.
We're just coming off of Bonners, obviously, but it's great. Small town, people run. Pull semis and whatever else right off the street up there, and they're happy to see you. They love seeing it, and the stands are full. There's people everywhere. Our Bonners is a bigger town than Rockford, so luckily close to Spokane and some of those, but we got a lot of people saying they're going to show up, so we'll see.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
Good deal.
Right on.
Good deal.
Cool.
So,
well, Chris, your question.
Yep, a question for Jason Burton is: if you could drive any pulling vehicle, what would it be?
Any pulling vehicle.
Any.
Oh, and I got to pick one.
And I guess you want.
I got to pick one.
Don't pick that.
Oh man, not Gishes. Oh.
No, you guys are so full of crap.
I don't know if I could pick one. I would love to drive a multi-engine tractor. It doesn't have to be diesel or gas. I am a diesel guy, but I would love to drive either a really hot farm tractor, multi-engine tractor, just because I think it'd be fun. It'd be a whole different challenge, something different.
Yeah,
for sure.
Brian's been there. You drove both of those, haven't you?
I'm driving a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think the two wheels off the ground would be a rush. That would be a rush.
It's not fun. It just has to be fun
It has
somewhere.
to be fun. Yeah, I know.
The first time may not be as fun, but the second time when
Right.
you know it is
Yeah.
After you clean your shorts up, gather your thoughts, try it again. Yeah. All right, I'm cool. Let me go one more time now.
100%. There's a little cleanup, and then we're going to try this again.
Yeah.
Works out. So I think that'd be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, Mr. Burton. Thank you so much for being on with us. And
Thanks for having me come out, be on here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, well, we enjoy that.
Right on.
But everybody, go check out the pool.
Yeah.
Where's the flyer again, John?
If you can.
The pool.
Yeah, bringing it up right now. We all to.
God, on the spot, man. Don't put them on the spot like that, Chris.
There it is. Hey.
Right on.
Rockford, Washington.
Rockford, Washington.
Yep.
Friday, September 22nd at 6 p.m.
Right on.
Washington. Be a lot of trucks there I recognize, actually. There's a lot of trucks there.
Yeah.
There's be a few, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good class.
I saw you got Dynamite Diesel on there. Is Lenny coming out?
Lenny actually should be there. Yep.
Nice.
Lenny's
a good dude.
He's just just a little bit over into Idaho and a little bit north of where we're at. And so he was down in Spokane. And then I think last I heard, I think his girlfriend's they're going to bring a work stock truck out. His big stuff's all being either rebuilt or built. But yeah, I believe Lenny will be there. And same deal. He loves to jump behind. He's a great sponsor for this kind of stuff. A great guy to have in your corner. He really is.
Definitely. He's a good dude. Very good guy.
Been a friend for years. So
Sponsors are far in between, man.
Yep. All our sponsors. I can't say enough to all our sponsors. You got to make that rapport, and they're just like, well, what do you want? Equipment companies are like, what do you want? It's like, that's just really cool to have that. You're not renting equipment. They'll supply it for you so you can put these shows on, especially these small town shows where there's, this minimal budgets. And so you can't thank sponsors enough for the stuff that's for you.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Very good.
But awesome.
Right on, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right.
We'll talk about it.
Thank you, Jason.
Good group tonight, man.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I couldn't get rid of that squeak. He had a little bit of a squeak back there. I couldn't get rid of.
Oh, I think he was at his shop, so probably people out in the shop working.
Kind of like you're intermittent, John.
Yeah, you're freezing a lot.
Can you hear me?
Now you're
Can you hear me good right now?
Yeah. We hear you good, but you're
I
kind
know.
of.
You can hear me good right now.
Yeah.
Because there's something I still got to do.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yes.
We're live, right?
Yeah, you better be live. Brian, you need to explain this to Brian now.
Brian.
No, you
How do you
can't.
sign it? How do you
can.
sign out of this thing again?
So
He wanted you to stick around just for this.
Boy, I guess.
Up in Sublimity, okay, the announcer up there, Scott, who we've had.
I
on the
did not
show,
agree to this bet either.
We were all in a row at the pool. We all drew in a row.
Back to back to back. Yeah.
Back to back. Who went first? I think John went first, didn't he?
Yeah.
John, you, then me, or something.
Yep.
Yeah. So John went first, and the announcer said, "Okay, all three of these guys have a podcast, and the loser has to wear underpants on his head at the next show. On the next show." Well, John went out. I don't know. He ended up like fifth or so, and Jason and I tied for the lead.
I go first.
He was supposed to wear two. Actually, he had to wear a red pair and the duck.
Right.
Yeah.
One's enough, John. Just
And here-
nice.
And that's from Ryan Thane. Ryan Thane made that.
Ryan Thane made that.
Yeah. That was classic. Captain Underpants.
Oh, I love it.
So
Good job.
So you guys pulled consecutive. Chris and Jason pulled consecutively, and you tied.
Yes.
Yeah.
Down to the
100.
The 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody else in the class did that night
Jason
too, right?
And,
Jason and Corey Code tied
Corey
for.
Code did, yeah.
Were they consecutive in the order also?
No.
No, they were apart. Yeah, they were apart. But isn't it crazy? Yeah, I've never seen that, especially twice.
I think we've had it once or twice in all the years.
There was 3 ties that weekend.
Yeah, incredible.
I saw that.
On the next night, yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
I think I got him by a little bit, but
the counter just quit. Or,
right. It got stuck. Yeah.
Lost their GPS, whatever. I get it.
We had a good time, though.
I mean, it was almost his hometown. They had to give it to him.
Yeah.
And then he did great the second night. He kicked our butt the second night, so he got
Mike kicked our butt the second night.
But you got the longest distance both nights together and won the plaque, so that was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool, especially on the 50th. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Because I usually don't do good at sublimity.
He usually doesn't, but we all did pretty good there, actually. So awesome.
That's cool.
Awesome event.
Yeah,
a great event, Brian. If you ever get a chance to go, that's cool. I know it's Santa Rosa, but
that's the problem with putting on events down here is it limits where we can sneak away to.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe they can move Santa Rosa next weekend and see you, and then.
You know how screwed up things get when one event tries to move during the season.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I'm talking about starting planning now.
I know, but there's already everybody else's dates are already there, and then fairgrounds are funny. They're booked up with other stuff, so these guys kind of got this weekend going, and it works for them. And I think it's probably just how it's going to be for the foreseeable future. But,
Poor Bobby.
Well, Brian, talk a little bit about the one that we've been missing for the past couple of years coming back. Yep.
We are excited to bring back the MJC pool October 14th and 15th. It's Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night, Sunday at 1 o'clock, I think it is. And Todd was looking at excited to get the event back this year. And then looking at moving to another venue where they could sell more tickets, try to increase their revenue, blah, blah, blah. And he was talking about going to Angels Camp, going out to Clements. He was talking about going into Turlock. And I said, hey, man, there's 3 pools in Turlock already this year. I think we're about wearing that place out.
Right.
So then I said, hey, don't shoot the messenger. But what if we just did a second session, run a Saturday night and a Sunday afternoon? And he says, man, I think that's fantastic. So I'm hoping for their sake they can sell them both out, because that's his problem. He's been selling out. They don't. That pavilion is pretty awesome little venue. Again, it's sand. It's made for. What's that, Chris?
Not many bleachers though. It's just not.
No, it's too small. You're right. So they can only sell so many tickets. So if we in my theory also was if the further away you move it from the college, the less people feel like they're supporting their program. It's just another pool somewhere that has somebody else's name on it. At least if we're at their facility in their building, which is kind of cool. It's an indoor pool. It is sand, but it's cool. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to try this year. We're doing Saturday night and then Sunday at 1. And it's 2 separate shows. So, everybody has to register twice. And we'll have all that set up later. But no, we're excited about bringing it back. I know Todd is excited to have their truck back out this year a few times and get those kids back involved in this. And it'll be good. It's the same drill as normal there. We're going to run both sleds. Be Saturday, I think it's 6 o'clock, and Sunday at 1. And cool. It's open to everybody. This is a true benefit pool for their program, so there's no purses, but everybody is welcome to come. You can make a test pass. That's the kind of cool thing about 2 in 1 event. The track isn't going to change that much from Saturday to Sunday. So if you wanted to try something with your vehicle, that's a good spot to do it because the sleds will be the same, the track will be the same. You can make your change and know if it's making a difference or not. So
there you go, John.
If anybody needs a place to stay, John Boer's just down the road. He's got plenty of room.
Oh yeah,
2 miles.
Got room for an international in that shop too. If come and pull on the 30th and leave it, and just come back and hit a few more.
Right, yeah.
Well, I think you can leave it here for quite a while.
Leave it through November.
In September.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason Jason, if I was you, I'd come down and run my own valves and change my own oil. I wouldn't leave any of that up to
No,
these guys.
yeah, not that that's Dodge guys.
But you
Put
can-
that Mopar firing order in there. It really,
Yeah.
it's already got a Ford firing order, I heard. So
Right. We don't talk about that.
See,
But we,
the thing is, they can bring it down. Mom and Dad can go cruise the coast in
Right.
the motorhome, and just
Yeah.
come back. You know, you just fly down to Sacramento and
Right. Yeah.
Go pulling.
Just fly down there. Yeah. No big deal.
I don't know why we haven't got this all scheduled yet, Jason.
I don't understand it.
Clearly, it's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Look, clearly.
Sounds like you guys got this all figured out.
It only took, I mean, just within the last hour. We look at what we accomplished in the last hour,
Look
Jason.
at you guys go.
Yeah.
We called the boss, and he said, "Yeah, he can have that.
Right,
time.
yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
He's good to go."
It's
Double
funny.
Ugly becomes a California truck September, October, November.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll probably.
No, but that this Modesto one would be, it's a great event, and it does support a good cause. So it's we're happy to help with this one, and just looking forward to.
The Turlock one too. I mean, the Turlock
Nice.
one too. Both nice events. Yeah, no kidding, Dave.
You supply that, Dave. I'm in.
Yeah.
That Greenford can come down too. He can stay there too.
Right.
If you have a traveling partner,
Yeah. Yeah.
another 65 in
I'm
California.
gonna have to
Yeah.
move all the equipment out of the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Got a
are.
whole bunch of Oregon trucks parked down there.
Put that
You know,
truck outside. It's never going to go again, anyways.
Ouch.
Set it right next to Ugg Wild then.
Yeah. Right next to Ogwild.
you know, Chris, you just mentioned it, but the next two events we have, they are benefits for really good causes, and it's neat for us to be able to bring pulling into that arena, if you will, and use that to help somebody else. We all get to do what we love.
Yes.
We get to hopefully benefit a good cause.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty neat.
It's like,
And it's cool. You know, Jason, you mentioned it earlier about people thanking you for coming to these events and putting on this, and we see some of that too. Like when Winnemucca, I saw some of that. You know, people thanking us for bringing this show there, and I'm like, wow, thank you guys for coming out. You know, we don't look at it that way, and that's I think that's one of the cool things about our sport is, you know, we're I've said it before many a time, but we're hired entertainers, and that's all we are as far as that venue is concerned. But you know, we don't do it for that reason. We do it because we love it and the competition and the camaraderie.
clothes on too. You know, we don't take our clothes off to entertain. We keep our clothes on, and we put on a good show.
How did we get to taking clothes off? I had to take a left-hand turn there real quick. Brian's talking about family and family shows, and also
Oh shit!
it's like we can be in a show, right?
You know, I always got to throw a curveball in there. You know?
Good Lord.
Yeah, look at God.
God damn.
He's got his clothes. See right there.
Oh God, it is time to sign off, guys.
If I could figure out how to turn this off, I'd be gone.
Right.
But they call Christy in from the other room.
Right. No kidding.
No, it's all good to help. They help. Like just like
Yeah.
Rosie, the children's thing, we help with that.
Yes, that's another one.
Another one. So it's
Yeah.
all good to give back. You know.
It is. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Man, I got to quit doing so many of these benefit deals because it donate the sled to all these. Oh well. We're blessed to be able to do that and help these different events.
Yeah.
That Children's Hospital one, that crew is kicking ass. They raised, what was it this year, like 95,000 or something up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
First 2
somewhere
years
around
were
there.
over 60,000.
Right.
I mean, they've put a lot of money into that hospital, and it's
That's awesome.
it is awesome because that hospital does a lot of good.
Yes.
Oh man, I almost had one of those.
Oh. Yeah, I
I
did.
got
Too.
the boys had me drive the gray truck there,
Mm.
and so I had a hell of a good pass, and it would have won, but on one of the guys, Trevor was running the sled for that class for me. Obviously, I couldn't run the sled, so the box clutch disengaged. So this other pickup went like 30 feet further than I did,
Oh,
and it never spooled up anyway. So it shit happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we but we have one of those from the first year. Trevor got one.
Yeah.
So, but
Very good.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't get to put that kind of stuff in the dining room. So,
Right.
you know,
You don't have your room. You got to have your room.
well, I got the shop, but
Yeah.
I'm at home. I'm in the dining room, so I don't get to put cool stuff like that up on the wall.
Left your laptop in the shop, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as comfy.
No. So
It's always great talking.
the other thing, I mean, after
Go ahead.
Modesto, we've got November 10th and 11th is the Golden State Invitational this year. November was not our first choice, but it's that deal with dealing with fairgrounds and their schedule and racetrack schedule. It's what we got. So we are excited about that. Invitations will be going out probably in the next week. They may go out in Turlock too. But we're excited about that. We have Ryan Thane coming out with his sled.
Yeah.
I did say that I've said this before, and John, the only date we could get was that weekend. I hate going on top of Valley's Pull in Denair, but it is what it is. It was either that or we weren't going to have an event. So the fortunate thing is the majority of the guys that are going to go to Denair are not. They probably wouldn't. They weren't in the classes that weren't running. Maybe put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't affect Denair that much. Is what.
Not a lot of crossing.
Right.
Good.
Right. So that's the only reason that I really felt okay with doing it. I hate to hurt a show like that. Again, that's an FFA. They need all the support they can get, but we had to do what we had to do. So that's why we did it.
Well, it happens. I mean, you got to.
There's only
it happened, There's
only 52 weekends in a year, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit going
All
on.
this in between, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy. We have a hard time picking which one we want to go to and where we want to go, and I can imagine try to promote it. Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I could help you if you need help deciding which events to go to. I'll help you with that.
He's got a list.
I'm already, Brian. You did a good job.
It's on my website if you want. I mean,
I got you. Don't worry. I got you.
We took care of Gish's scheduling. Now we got his scheduling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds like we got to get some parts or something and fix that thing.
Parts. Yep. Not Chevy parts and not Dodge parts. Not
how many of our events have you been to this year? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
3 or 4?
No.
How many have you won? You've won most that you've come to.
2. I won 2, second once, and then 5th. So 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yep. We put the scare in everybody. Now next year it's on like Donkey Kong.
He's not going to give me that 100th next year at Sublimity either.
Put a teaser out.
Right.
No, totally enjoy your shows, man. It's been awesome. So we just had to get our logistics figured out to where we can get, the motorhome there and me there and
I hear you.
Bigger motorhome.
Yeah. I had your money, but
not mine. Everybody thinks it's my truck and all this. It's not.
Yeah, I know.
I'm the poor kid trying to raise a family. Yeah,
Poor kid. He's number one son, man. That's what it is. He's number one.
Right, yeah. Have you met my sister?
No, good family.
I'm not the favorite, that's for sure.
No, yep. Looking forward to it, man.
No.
Cool.
And
Well, I appreciate you guys doing this and having us on.
Yeah. Oh, we love
keeping this going.
Love having you on every time.
You
Even when
guys
you're on with Schultz and we're not, it's like, man, why is he talking to Schultz, man?
I know, right? Yeah. It's like, come on, we feel left out.
It's
Well,
all
you
right.
guys know, every time I've been invited, I've been here.
Yeah, no, I know.
No,
I don't care if Schultz is
The very first show.
Yep.
Hey, I'm your first and your last guest so far.
Brian was
Yeah.
the very first show.
2 weeks that'll change. But
Yeah.
Probably gonna be fired after tonight, so that's
Right. Yeah, it was nice talking to you. Yeah.
Chris is
Run.
talking about taking boat love and shit. You know, we got to get rid of this.
Yeah.
it was a good run.
Yeah,
Yeah. They all come to an end.
awesome.
No, but really, I mean, I know it's a commitment on
No.
your part, and it's good for all of us. Keep things out there, and
Yeah.
it's cool.
Keep it rolling.
Yep. Heck yeah.
Keep it
We do what
rolling.
we can.
Keep it going.
Right on, guys.
Okay. All right, guys.
I got to
So,
go.
all right, Brian. Well, awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you, Chris. Hopefully, you get that fixed soon. Jason and John, I'll see you next Saturday.
We're trying, man.
Yep.
We're trying.
All right.
Just send your folks, Jason. Just send your folks in the truck. It's fine.
Right. Okay.
And we'll miss you, but we'll have fun with you.
Right. Yeah.
Truck down here. You know, we'll talk about
Sounds like everybody likes when he drives better anyway. So yeah.
Tell you what. Here's the idea. Here's the idea is, we might miss you, and Chris is broke. Chris will drive for you.
Oh, no. My hammer probably slip off. I can't do that.
All right. Gotta go.
I can't. I'd have to go like this. No, that ain't gonna work.
All right, you goofballs.
Oh, well. All right.
Chevrolet.
Well, thank you.
Anyways, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
Thanks,
All
Brian.
right. Thanks, guys.
So,
You
guys,
guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Talk to you
Talk to you later, Brian.
All right.
Bye, guys.
you guys.
Well, thank you, everyone, coming on tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
In a couple weeks, we'll be working on some other things coming up for some valley pools and some other pools coming up here shortly. So remember, in 2 weeks, we'll be back on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'd like to thank everybody for coming on.
Yes, sir.
And
Yep.
you guys
All right.
hang out a second.
All right. See you guys later.